Hello, this is Miss Lally, and today is June 8th, and I am going to dump these potatoes to see what I have. I don't really know what to expect. They died down some, and I don't know, but I'm not expecting a lot. I started off with three small potatoes. One of the containers had somewhat of a bigger potato, but all of them were really small potatoes. So I'm going to get started. So I'm using the wheelbarrow. I'm going to dump these potatoes into this wheelbarrow and see what we have. This particular day, Tuesday, was very hot. The temperature, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. The temperatures are supposed to get up into the low 90s today, and heat index of 95. So I was in my dad's garage and had the fan on me, so that's why I'm doing a voiceover, and I was still hot. So I'm going through these. We're going through the soil. It looked compact, but it actually was kind of easy to crumble. And there is my first potato. I was like, okay, not bad. But as I kept digging through, I was kind of thinking, I don't know about this. This doesn't look too good after only finding that one potato. And I did, if I'm not mistaken, I did see, I believe it was a seed potato that was kind of mushy. I think I only saw 2 seed potatoes left, and that was a nice size one. I mean, the potatoes I started off with were kind of small. They were, I don't know, like what is that? Ping pong ball size. So I did get something, which is pretty good. So I am happy about that. That I did grow potatoes in this bucket. So as I go through, kind of breaking the soil up, finding one more potato, and that's the seed potato right there. And it seemed to me like the seed potato got a little bigger, because I don't remember that particular seed potato being as big as it was when I first planted the potato. It seemed just a little larger than, so maybe they grow. And I think at this point that was it for finding any more potatoes as far as this bucket goes. So from 3 potatoes, this is what I ended up with. Which actually I was like, not bad, not bad. Next, the second bucket. The tops on this bucket, the plants, 2 of the plants were more green than the other bucket. I think only one of the plants died back in the second bucket. And same thing, this bucket, the soil looked compact, and it was just a tad bit a little more damp than the other soil. I probably could have did a better job with watering. In the beginning, I think I did. I was staying on top of it more closer I got to the harvest time. I stopped watering, I believe maybe a week before. I did let it get some rainwater, and that was one of the seed potatoes I just showed you there. That right there was one of the potatoes that was all mushy. It was a seed potato. Yuck. Nasty. So that was my first little itty bitty potato that I found. Can't remember exactly what it was I was pointing at. And there's another potato. And that was a nice size one. And another. And another. And that is the, I believe, the last, or second to the last seed potato. No, I think it was the last seed potato. So at this point, I don't think there's any more potatoes. Well, there isn't any more potatoes in the soil. So I'm just kind of double checking. And here is what came out of the second bucket. So overall, this is what I ended up with. I'm not disappointed because I'm learning. I'm taking notes and I'm learning. You know what I could have did better. What else I can do to have a bigger harvest. So I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I did it with the buckets. I'm going to reuse this soil, fluff it up, and use it for my watermelons. And I'm satisfied. Okay, so I went and got my sugar baby watermelon plants, or seedlings, and I did 2 seeds in each cup. So 2 came up in this cup. I fluffed out the soil and cleaned out the buckets and put the soil back in the buckets. Dug me some holes. I'm going to fill it with some bone meal. I'm going to go and look into getting some blood meal as well. You know, this whole container gardening is a learning process of some things that you can use to help make your soil more beneficial towards your plants. And I'm going to look into Epsom salt too as well, not just for watermelon, if I'm going to look into that, but just other things, just with container gardening. So the roots, there's a lot of roots, so that was nice to see that. At this point, I'm contemplating whether or not to separate the plants and just plant them like that and have 2 watermelons in one bucket. I really wanted 1 watermelon per bucket, so I was kind of contemplating. And then as I put the plants in there, and then I went, as usual, I always squeeze the bottom, they broke apart easily. So yes, I could plant them 1 per bucket. That worked out great for me. And I have another sugar baby, but in a cup where I planted 2 seeds, but only 1 came up. So I thought I was going to do 2 in one bucket and 1 in another bucket. So fortunately, I already have some buckets with holes in them already prepared, ready to go. And so I'm going around and packing the soil in around the plant, the seedling, nice and snug. Make sure it's good and snug in there. So there we have it. They have their own bucket. So this is the other sugar baby. It's only 1 seedling in that cup. And this particular soil Now this is my second batch of soil that I had made up, but this particular soil, I incorporated coffee grounds in it. So I just wanted to see, instead of using perlite, I use coffee grounds. And I got this suggestion from I Am Organic Gardening. I was watching one of his videos, and he was talking about that. It was a recent video. And so I decided, and I just happened to be collecting coffee grounds because my dad drinks coffee, and I just been saving the coffee grounds. And so when I made up my second batch of soil, instead of perlite, I did the coffee grounds. So I'm going to see, between the two soils, the first two buckets have perlite, this one has coffee grounds, to see how that works for me. So I'm putting the soil around the seedling, all nice and snug. At some point while I'm doing this, my glasses fell off. And I labeled the bucket coffee grounds added so that I will know. And this is where I'm going to possibly keep the buckets on the wagon out in the yard. I've already watered those two. And I'm going to water this one in. My husband got me this nozzle. I just love it. A new hose and a nozzle. I love this nozzle. All the different spray selections. So that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and we will see if I'm going to be able to grow sugar baby watermelon in containers. Have a great day.